Do you actually like wine and beer, or did you just pretend to until it didn't bother you anymore? I thought beer was cool AF as a kid because my dad and uncles and their friends drank beer and they were the nicest and coolest guys ever. When I started trying it, I didn't really love it, but figured I would eventually, and I was right. The idea of a cold beer on a hot afternoon in the sunshine or in the garage with friends instantly raises my mood. I'm not religious per se, but I love the expression that beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy. It's actually not very complicated. I wanted to get drunk again and again, so I got used to whatever had alcohol in it. I've always liked Guinness from the first time I tasted it. Cider too, but it gives me heartburn like you wouldn't believe. Still tastes like shit to me, not sure how to acquire it. I dislike wine and beer. I can tolerate some of the need beat, but I prefer liquor. LIT is my favorite drink. Now with that said, I very seldom drink any alcohol anymore. But I could go for one right now. I like beer because it doesn't taste like nail polish remover compared to other alcohol. It also has a nice weedy flavor. Yingling bottles have a black peppery flavor I don't like beer that tastes like grass. I think that's hops. Yuck. Angry Orchard is good too. I'm a fizzy girl, give me carbonation. I've always loved the taste of beer, wine, and most alcohol and cocktails. To me though, darker cask-aged liquor, like whiskey and scotch, are more of an acquired taste. I totally went along with drinking wine in my 20s and finally said to myself, what the fuck am I doing? I hate this shit. I don't drink anymore at all. But I finally started confidently declining any wine and just said I don't like it. I preferred tequila and vodka and cool craft cocktails. Now I'm in my 40s and decided I'm done drinking. I didn't like the taste of any alcoholic beverages until I found the stuff I liked, like particular scotches, whiskeys, and bourbons. I fell in love with German lagers, and wine is just way too sweet for me, as well as drier wines are too chalky for my palate. Absolutely the latter. I went out of my way to acquire the taste, not liking any I first tried. Now I really enjoy a couple beers and wines, but as I've gotten older I worry less about my faves sounding impressive. I think if there was a bell curve for alcohol, with draft beers on the left and dry wine on the right, there's a huge center of very good alcoholic drinks that can even include other wines and beer. I hate beer in general, but the brand UFO has a blueberry beer that's actually very decent to me. I'm not a big dry wine person, but there's plenty of them that taste like straight up juice, which conveniently happen to be the cheapest ones. Lol. Alcohol really becomes compelling once you get mixed drinks. Tequila sunrises, dark and stormies, mojitos, etc. are excellent. I don't drink all that much, but every few months I enjoy getting a bit tipsy off some fun drinks or sweet wines. I'm always reminded of Jeremy from Peep Show when I hear this. Obviously, it's not really delicious like hot chocolate or Coke, but for wine brilliant. But yeah, I agree. I'd much rather have a nice fruit smoothie or something I actually like the taste of, but I'll have a drink at a party or social event just to help with a bit of social anxiety and take the edge off. Honestly, I enjoyed both wine and beer immediately, and I drink them both to this day because I enjoy them. I feel the same way about a small handful of liquors. Most liquors, I do not care for and have not bothered to acquire a taste for. I like wine, although I don't drink it very often. I've never much cared for beer, unless I'm at a baseball game. Not what you asked, but I always liked the taste of vodka with a mixer, but now I genuinely like the taste of neat vodka. Same for gin and tequila, but I've never liked whiskey. With beer I pretended to like the first few times I had it at 1617, but I thought it tasted terrible. Looking back, it was also warm, probably really old beer my friend got from his older brother. Now I genuinely really enjoy the taste. All different types of beer too. Why did I bother to acquire the taste? Probably peer pressure? Wine is a similar story to beer. Hard alcohol I never got a taste for and still think it's disgusting. Wine depends on the wine. Some of it is as sweet as a soda, but what we usually get is old sock smothered in mothballs. Beer, love at first gulp. Crisp bitter beers are my thing. Mileage may vary. Gin Bliek. Rum and whiskey I gave up because cocktails agreed way too well with me. Basically, you either like or you don't like it, and both answers are okay. I like beer, but only if it's a simple lager or a wheat ale. I like it so much that most of the time I drink non-alcoholic fermented drinks. I'm not a big fan of wines, but I like trying new things all the time. I enjoy drinking it despite not necessarily liking the taste. I don't like alcohol and never liked it. I tried it, wasn't happy about it, and decided it was not my thing. I didn't want to acquire that taste either. I work in the alcohol industry and genuinely enjoy the taste of well-made wine, beer, liquor. Potentially you've not had anything of good quality, Potentially you've not tried the things that might be to your taste. Potentially you just don't like alcohol. All of those are okay.